All right, welcome back, heroes. And as you can see, I'm on the new character selection screen. And one of the things I wanted to do before we get started into doing dungeon runs and what have you is I wanted to, with Devin here, I wanted to kind of go over each of the classes because we've played collectively pretty much all of these and kind of just talk about what we think that class feels like in case you're interested in playing. So, I don't know if you're looking at the class list there, Devin, but I have it all pulled up. Um, so,
I took a few minutes before you started stream, and I just wrote them all down.
okay, okay. Well, I'm gonna start with the necromancer here. Hold on, my phone's being stupid. Just trying to connect to the PlayStation downstairs, which isn't even my PlayStation.
That's funny.
It would be if I said yes, and then it connected to the TV downstairs, and they couldn't watch Netflix. Um, that my mom would be up here in a flash. Uh, I want to start with the necromancer, and just work our way through the list here. Um, have you've played the necromancer, right? Maybe not high level, but you've played it.
Yes.
So like, what are your thoughts on the necromancer?
It's definitely a casting class. There's absolutely no other options, even though there's three different builds you can go with. It's still just casting. You're either casting your summons, casting ice, or I forget what the third one is.
It's death magics. So you have death, which is your plagues, damage over time abilities, essentially.
So your dots.
Yep, and then you have rhyme. That's your cold damage. So you're locking enemies down, doing mass AOE cold damage, and then you have animation. That's the one that just gives you the extra summons, essentially. I agree. It's a caster, but that's kind of iconically what a necromancer has always been. I know death is kind of pointless um, in any situation that I've been in playing as a necromancer. Um, I never had the opportunity to get half of my dots out by mid level while doing dungeons before all the targets were dead anyway. So it was very lackluster in that regard. I did do cold for a stream, and it hits hard. I mean, it hits real hard. Once you get closer to max level, it's very slow to start, both with it and the animation. But all in all, as a caster class goes, for me, it's very streamlined. It doesn't feel clunky, and you get anywhere from 2 to 4 summons by level 15. Like it's crazy. Let's go to Pyromancer because both of us played Pyromancer yesterday off stream. Um, I know for me, and I know you said it yesterday while we were playing it. It felt clunky. It felt bad. Like that's the only word I could think of is just bad because again, it's a pure caster. I did the draconic build up. You started as the flame weaving and went incineration, if I remember correctly, yesterday. Um,
Yes.
we made it to level 10 or like 11 or yeah, 10 or 11, I think, yesterday. But for me, it felt very clunky because your primary spell cast barely does damage. Your second ability you get can make it an instant cast, but it doesn't increase the damage. It doesn't feel streamlined. It feels very hodgepodged and clunky to me.
I can agree with that. Maybe at higher levels it does get better, but considering all of the spells have like a 2 to 3 second cooldown, you only have one that you can really pump out with any continuous damage, and it doesn't even do a whole lot of damage. It just felt underwhelming to me.
Yeah, because even with the draconic, the problem I had with draconic yesterday, and I said this too, is the fact that Draconic requires you to be between a normal caster distance and melee. You're in between that range, which just you're a cloth wearer. Like you're gonna get squished. Like there's no
Right.
way around it. So yeah, it does have one cool ability in Draconic. I can fly in the air and then meteor myself at an enemy, but then again, I'm a caster. I don't really want to be meteoring myself at people.
Right.
But yeah, very clunky. Again, it might change, like you said, towards higher levels. But yeah, starting out very clunky. I have not played Cultist. You have. My understanding is you've played a little bit of the Cultist. What are your thoughts on? I don't know what spec you did. There are four, because it does have a melee, a casting, and then it's got tank and healer. Um, so I'm not 100% sure what you played on that, but what's your thoughts on Cultist?
So the cultist is a very elegantly done design, in my opinion. It has the ability to go into pretty much any of your standard roles. You can do melee, caster, tank, or healing. And what I really liked about it, and this is kind of a personal preference, is the healing is done through melee damage. So you're very much there in the fight. You're not just sitting in the back waiting for somebody's health to start dropping and then start throwing heals at them. You're in the middle of the fight, you're doing damage, and by the damage you're doing, you're healing others, and the damage that they're dealing is also healing them. So it's a lot more interactive and not so standoffish like your typical healer builds. And that is what I was playing whenever I was doing it, was the healer build. But it also does a ton of melee damage because that's how you do your heals as well.
Hmm. Nice, nice. Yeah, I'm just sitting here reading it. It says Heretic, which is the healer one that you were talking about. It says shield your allies from harm with powerful boons in fight and heal in melee range under the influence of Yogg Saron. So yeah, I mean, that definitely. There's another class that has that melee heal style. It's the Primalist. Um, Not one of the builds that I did, but when I played the Primalist. But yeah. So that's interesting. And again, like you said, it's not your typical healer type of healing because most healers are the ones that stand in the back and throw out heals and might DPS every once in a while, but primarily they're um, standing, in the back and throwing their heels out. So that's pretty neat. I might have to give that one a try. Um, Next is Starcaller. Now I know you've played Starcaller. I've played Starcaller as well. I did a Starcaller up to level 30 or 40 on stream. I did the archery one, so the Sentinel. Um, on stream. Well, let me back that up. I started as a sentinel, but then I was also like, hey, I've already leveled a tinker. I don't really want to do another ranged. So then I moved to the moon guard, I believe. No. Tapping some mana reserves to infuse your melee attacks with powers of stars, balancing your mana resources. So it's the warden. So I did the warden. Um, and for me, Starcaller. Now this is before a lot of their updates, but the Starcaller to me seemed to be a little um, hit or miss with its abilities, so to speak. The archery is very good at getting AOE out, but then when you switch to the melee, the Warden, it didn't feel put together. It felt like they were like, oh, we need something other than ranged, and kind of just slapped some stuff together and went, there you go, some skills. Uh, um, so I'm not sure. For me, it just didn't feel very good. I gave up, like I said, somewhere in the 30s or 40s. I never finished leveling it.
Um, Starcaller for me is currently on a tie for my favorite class, I think. I love the ingenuity of it, how it can be any of four different roles, kind of like the cultist.
Mm-hmm.
And I really like how you can be a healer, you can be a tank, and a lot of the it's not gear specific because it still runs off mana. So your tanking abilities run off mana, your healing abilities, your ranged abilities, they all run off mana. So increasing your intellect and having the higher armor, you don't have to worry about, oh, well, if I'm going to switch this over to a healer to better help out my team or my guild, I need to find a whole new set of gear. With this one, you really don't. So it's, to me, it's very well put together in that sense that everything works together and you don't have to have specific gear depending on your builds.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, if you're trying to min max it, you're gonna want the best in slot. But if you're doing PVE, you really don't need to worry so much about that. If you're doing dungeons, now if you're doing raids or you're doing battlegrounds, yeah, you're gonna want the best stuff you can get.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, because like on here, I would for me personally, I would put Starcaller in like a B tier. You know what I mean? For me, um, just because again for me, and this was a while ago. It hasn't been recent. I should probably play another one and see if it's changed a little for me. But it just again the archery felt put together, but then the melee to me just felt very slapped together, so to speak. So for me, it was a B tier. It was still doing a ton of damage. It just wear my hat at. To be honest, I don't know because my heater is on and it makes my head hot. So I don't have my hat on right now. But yeah, so I would say for me that would be a beer, B tier. I was about to say beer, B tier. All right, so let's move on to Sun Cleric. Have you gotten to play the Sun Cleric much?
I have. I've currently got it at. I mean, not anything high level, but I believe I've got it at like 15 right now.
Okay, okay. So I completed a Sun Cleric. I got it all the way up to 60 before I deleted it. Did it as a healer. And I will tell you this: it wrecks as a healer. I mean, if you have the once you understand how to bounce between the mana and rage versions of your spells as a healer, ain't nobody dying. Nobody's going down. It's unless they walk around a corner and piss off an entire room and you can't get to them, they can't die. It's just not possible. Um, Running out of mana is near impossible in 5-man dungeons. And I say that coming from playing in a dungeon where the tank literally ran from the beginning of the dungeon to about the midpoint and then stood there and tanked everything he had aggroed. And I could heal everybody without any issues. So Sun Cleric for me is definitely, I'd say, high A to low S tier when it comes to healing. I have not played it as a tank. I have not played it as a two-handed DPS. I haven't played it as a spellcaster. So I just don't know when it comes to that. But I have played it as a healer. And if you're looking for a healer class that outshines a lot of the other healers in this game, Sun Cleric's the way to go. That moves us on to Tinker. I know you and I goofed off on the Tinker. I've also completed a Tinker. I will tell you this, it has changed a lot since the first time I max leveled one. I play one solo right now. I'm doing the demolition, so it's the one with all the explosions. Um, and it still does a good bit of damage, but I think now it relies a little too much on swapping ammo than it did previously.
Um, One of the things I really noticed about the Tinkerer is they classify it as a either melee caster or heal, but it feels more, in my opinion, and take it for what it's worth, maybe 2 cents if I'm lucky, but it feels more like a ranged physical as opposed to a caster, in my opinion.
Well, yeah. I mean, uh, I don't. I've never tried it with the melee aspect of it because that's the mechanics um, style, and that's where you get your clockwork assistant. You build sentry turrets, and then you basically run around, get scrap power, and then beat on people with a melee weapon. I haven't tried that. I liked the idea of doing explosions. I haven't done a healer on here, but I have played with some of the healers. They're okay. I wouldn't put them at top tier healing, but um, I would say it is more geared for the range than it is melee because I have yet seen anyone with the clockwork assistant. So to me, that tells me it's not the go-to build. It's not put together very well. Um,
Uh, it Taking a step back though, the Sun Cleric. We went in that dungeon yesterday, and that Sun Cleric was pumping out so much DPS.
oh yeah, yeah,
It was insane.
and it was a piety one too. It was a spellcaster. It wasn't even the melee.
So obviously, as a caster, it can pump out a lot of damage.
And I'm kind of excited. I kind of want to get into the Sun Cleric again just for that aspect, But um, and
I was
that's
actually thinking of doing a Sun Cleric tank as well.
yeah. Well, how about this? Once we get done talking about these, um, I'll make a Sun Cleric healer. You make a Sun Cleric tank. We'll figure it out. Because again, I know that the healer is S tier, or not. I'm sorry, I won't go healer. I'm going to go caster. But I do know that for me anyway, it's a high A to a low S tier on what a Sun Cleric can do. So let's move forward into Rune Master. You've played more of the Rune Master, I believe, than I have. I got to level 5, I think, on a Rune Master. So I haven't even gotten into the different specs. So um, have you played the Rune Master, and have you made it past level 10?
I have, just like all the classes, it's got 3 different skill trees, but to me, it felt like you were either a caster or you were a spellblade. There was, there was no, it didn't feel like, anyways, there was a pure melee build. It was, you incorporated the spells into making your melee more offensive, but still wasn't a, it still was not a pure melee build to me, because without those buffs that you're giving yourself, your melee doesn't do squat for damage. um,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to step away for just a minute. You can continue on, and I'll, as soon as I get back, I'll jump in and add my 2 cents for whatever class you're on.
All right, man. In that case, I'm going to move on to Primalist. Um, you do have 4 talents for classes here that you can do. I made it to level 10 on a Primalist. That being said, I did the Geomancy. Very slow on the spell casting. All of its skills take about 2 seconds, give or take, to cast, or their channeled abilities. The channeled abilities don't seem to do a lot of damage. That might change once you get higher up. Once you get higher up, um, I thought about trying it as a tank at one point. Um, so I had built another one, but again, it feels so slow because you have to start as a caster. You don't get any melee skills early on. You don't get any real healing or tank skills early on. It's really just the casting, because I think they're trying to force people into the Windwalker or the Geomancy out the gate. Because your first 10 levels, you get 1 heal skill, you get 1 tank skill, and then the rest of it is Windwalker and Geomancy. Um, so I kind of gave up on that one personally. Going into Reaper, you guys have seen me. I've made it all the way up to about level 15 on Reaper. Um, I've played the Harvest on the Soul Reaper. or on the Reaper, Soul Reaper, on the Reaper. So it is definitely a good build. I really want to get back into this one and finish it out at some point. It is melee, it is tank. Um, it is very fast paced, and it has a little bit of self healing, not as much as the Blood Mage tank when we get down to it, but I would still put this as an A tier type class, at least for Harvest. Again, I don't know anything about the tank or the dual wield assassin build, but it's a really fun build out there. Venomancer, I personally have not played Venomancer all that much. So I'm not 100% sure really on that. I think I started one, got to like level 2, and then stopped playing it. Um, but I've seen a lot of them, especially the healers. I've seen a ton of the healers lately in dungeons, and they seem to
Yeah.
be powerhouse healers. Um, I've seen a few tanks running around, but I've never been in a dungeon with them. So, I mean, have you been Venomancer, Kevin?
I have. When we were talking about you getting the PTR access for me, this is actually one of the classes I was really excited for. The Venomancer does have the ability to be a caster, a melee, tank, or healer. And honestly, I flipped between each of the four trees because I didn't know which one I wanted to play more. The caster can be very much your stereotypical stand back and throw spells. Most of the spells are dot spells, but once you get two or three of them on them, you can just look at them and watch their health bar just melt away, literally. And I thought that was really awesome. Uh, the melee DPS is the one that you see running around as a spider, and then the tank DPS runs around as a scorpid. So that's a really interesting combination. It kind of reminds me a lot of the druid from retail WoW, how you can go into the cat form for DPS or the bear form as a tank.
Yeah.
But the healer form was the one that really kind of caught me off guard the most. It's called the Vizier, and you get an extra set of arms. So now you have four arms with which to cast your heals. And then once you get to, I think it's rank 30, level 30, um, you get the upgraded version, which makes you look like a giant spider. And that's the one that and it almost looks like Lolth from Forgotten Realms, for those who know who that is. But it's got like the body of a spider or an insect of some kind. And then it's got the body of a human attached at the waist. And that's the one that we've been seeing as the healer in the dungeons that's just pumping out so much healing that the tanks can't die.
Yeah.
So that's another S tier healer and an S tier DPS. Once you get the mechanics and the rotation down for your dot spells, very much in my opinion, a S tier DPS caster.
Nice, nice. Yeah, that's another one I'm gonna have to at some point buckle down and actually try. Chronomancer. I know we both played it. I don't know how high you got. I think I got to like 8. Um, for me, I did the caster because one of the things I've discovered about myself is I really like ranged combat. I don't know why. Melee combat to me is just like, uh. but um,
Which is funny to me because that's like the inverse of the way you used to be.
yeah, yeah. I used to be
When
the
we
one
used
of
to play retail WoW, you were all about the melee and being up in their face, and to see you falling back into a caster just makes me laugh a little bit.
I remember the first one of the first characters I did in retail was a warrior. So um, I actually have an achievement for leveling every weapon the warrior could do. But yeah, so for the Chronomancer, for me, Like I said, I didn't get that high. It is very interesting because getting to level 10, you get one heal, like all the other classes that have a healer spec. But you also get multiple different ranged abilities. You get one for your wand, and you get one for your staff, and they kind of play into each other a little bit. It's not really a combo kind of thing, but they kind of uh, mesh together very well when you use a wand and when you use a staff ability. Um, so it was an interesting play style to say the least. It is something I'm kind of interested in going back at some point to re-level. Um, I would put it probably as a C tier for myself. Just again, I haven't played that much. It just it wasn't that interesting. It didn't hold my attention when I was playing it.
So I agree with a lot of what you said. Honestly, the mechanics seem like almost an amalgamation of a couple of the different classes. Like the caster really felt like the witch doctor. The ranged felt like a ranger or a hunter, and I really didn't get a chance to play around with it as a healer, so I don't know how well it did on that either. Um, I haven't seen any chrono healers, so I don't
I
anticipate that being like a top spec for the class. Otherwise, we probably would have seen more. And if they do, 'cause since this is just the alpha, if they do more uh, updates and tweaks before beta or even live release, then very much I would take another look at it and see how I feel about it at that point.
yeah.
Because it does seem like it's got potential. It wasn't anything about it that really stood out to me specifically.
Yeah, I agree. Like I said, it felt like it was put together well, but it just didn't hold my attention. That to me is the bigger problem. Um, but yeah. All right, so moving on to Blood Mage. Now I've played a lot of Blood Mage. I've actually leveled one all the way to 60. I did the tank, so the Lycan. Um, and you want to talk about a tank that can't die? This is that class. Um, this thing is a monster of a tank. Your primary ability heals you. A lot of your secondary and tertiary or tertiary abilities, they heal you. Um, it's hard for people to get aggro off of you. All of your skills have some form of AOE. It's just when you think of a tank, this is the kind of tank you're thinking of. The one that can go in, soak up damage, dodge because it's high agility, uh, and when it does take damage, it's healing from that damage because of itself, not really relying too much on a healer, so that healer can focus on everybody else that's taking damage because they're dumb and standing in fire. Uh, so for me, this is the epitome, the peak of what a tank is looking for. Um, is the meat shield that can heal itself. It does use a primary source of rage. So sometimes if you're starting out combat cold, it can feel like a little sluggish to get that rage built up. But once you get that rage, you're not going down anytime soon. I've actually tanked without a healer because the healer died and finished an entire boss fight without the healer. So it's pretty powerful.
I really didn't play around much with the Blood Mage. It I know low level it was very slow and sluggish trying to get up to 10 and was one of those classes that kind of lost me because of that.
Yeah.
And that's not to say anything about the Blood Mage. That's more my inability to commit to it because I don't feel like it's performing well. So that's more about me than it is about that particular class.
I mean, I agree. Getting to 10 is the sluggish part. Um, because you primarily only get spell casting abilities. You'll get a heal. You don't get any melee skills. Um, so you get like three spells that deal damage. You get one heal, and that's it until you hit 10. And then when you hit 10, you get all your abilities. Like it's crazy the amount of skills you get at 10, regardless of which tier you pick. So, um, you know, it is sluggish getting up to 10. I agree. Guardian, have not even tried it. I know zero about the Guardian, to be perfectly honest. Um, I've seen a lot of Guardian tanks. They have not been the best tanks I've had in a party, so I don't know off the top of my head. As far as DPS, I don't know either. I've seen one lately in one of our dungeons, but that's it.
I have played around with the Guardian a little bit. You are sword and board. That's your whole option. You don't get a two-handed option. Doesn't matter if you're a melee DPS or if you're a tank. You are sword and board. The tank requires a really fair or firm knowledge of the mechanics of whatever battle you're in, because it takes a lot of good timing to be able to throw your shield up in time, and you do have to physically activate your shield, unlike with some of the other classes, tank classes, where you're naturally going to get the damage reduction. You don't get that with the Guardian. You have to have your timing down. You have to know the mechanics, how quickly the attacks are coming in, so you can throw that. Now, you do have a little bit of leeway in that, because the shield, the first shield you get lasts for like 6 seconds. So you've got a small window there to where if you're a little bit early, you're still going to get the damage reduction, but then you have like a 30-second cooldown after the shield ends, and so you have to have your timing on point in order to be a really solid tank with it. I didn't play too much around with the melee DPS, but because the tank is what I was really testing out when I played it. But yeah, you really have to know what you're doing. You have to know the mechanics and the of the battle in order to be effective in that regard.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah, like I said, I haven't tried it at all. Stormbringer. I've played this one quite a bit. I think I'm up to like 35 ish, somewhere in that ballpark. I've tried both the lightning and the maelstrom. I have not done the support class, the wind. Lightning, really good at pulling single target damage. It's okay at AOE. Not the greatest at AOE, but it's great at single target. This is your boss killer. This is your you build up your stacks until you get to the boss and you unload on that boss. And you're gonna drop that thing to half health real fast because of the lightning damage you're gonna output. It's insane. Maelstrom is a lot better at AOE, terrible at single target, because most of the time you're going to get off about two spells and the target's dead. And then you're waiting for cooldowns. But when there's AoE scenario, you hit two buttons and everything over there is taking mass damage. It's great. But outside of that, the Stormbringer, it's a heavy caster class. It's the stand and deliver type of caster. So it's one of those things where you sit there and you're like, oh, okay, I'm going to throw a spell. And you wait for the spell to go out, it goes out and you're good, right? But if the target dies before your spell goes out, you kind of just sat there and twiddled your thumbs and you did absolutely nothing. So in a lot of fights, you want to make sure you're targeting the thing with full health that nobody else is hitting so you can get your spells out. Because if you target anything at half health or under, you probably will get one spell off, maybe two, before everything else is dead. So, great class. I would definitely put it as an A tier if you understand your rotation.
Unfortunately, I haven't done too much of the Stormbringer. Um, Whenever I was looking at different specs, I was looking at healers and tanks, and the Stormbringer doesn't really fall into either of those. They're
Right.
classified as a support, so buffs and debuffs, not really a healing class. So
Right.
I really haven't played with them much.
Um, Next would be Felsworn. We've got just a few more classes, guys, and then we will get into it. I think today we're going to try the dual Sun Cleric, so Devin can try the tank, and I'm going to try the DPS. But so Felsworn is tank, caster, and melee. I have not done the tank yet. I have done melee, or I'm going through right now solo. We are doing a melee on the Felsworn. When we first leveled it, we did caster. This is a heavy, heavy, heavy combo build. If you don't want to do combos, and I don't mean old school retail WoW rogue combos where it's like same attack, same attack, same attack, same attack, spender. No, 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 no. I mean, you do one attack to launch into another attack, to launch into another attack, to loop all the way back around. That kind of combo, right? The caster does combos, the melee does combos. I'm fairly confident the tank does combos. So if you don't want to do combos, the Felsworn's never going to be for you. I apologize, it just isn't. This thing does a lot of fast damage. A lot of fast damage. The caster does fast damage. The melee so far has been doing a ton of fast damage. You can make macros that will help you with these combos, so you don't have to think about the combo. You can literally just push one button. I haven't gotten to that point on the caster yet, or not the caster, the melee yet, but the caster, I definitely had my macros set up to where I had two macros for each combo I wanted to do. So, this for me, number one, it's super fun. Number two, it hits my casting kind of fun scale. Even the melee so far has been pretty fun, even though I'm not a huge melee fan. But I would easily put this in S tier for myself, especially once you figure out the combos. That's what makes this build so good.
So for me, Felsworn is on my list of tanks. It is definitely something I'm looking at trying out. I just haven't made it to that point on my list yet.
Yeah.
So I haven't really played around with it much, but it is a class that I'm looking at diving into.
Sounds good. Sounds good. All right. So we got quite a few that you and I are definitely needing to double check here. All right.
Yep.
So moving on, we got Barbarian. I'm trying to push a little bit faster just so we can get into some gameplay here. But Barbarian here, we've got melee, ranged, and support. I've played about 5 minutes of a Barbarian. Mainly because I was curious about. I had started a Barbarian because I was like, I'm gonna be a melee, and I wanted to be the Giga Chad with the big bunk stick kind of thing. And then found out really fast that I don't like how slow the stuff comes around. But yeah, so I haven't. I think I made it to 4 or 5 on the Barbarian.
I've played quite a bit of the Barbarian. I'm at 15, I believe, on the Barbarian, maybe a little higher. Oh, excuse me, that was rude. I mostly played the ranged, which as a Barbarian is kind of funny to say, but it works really, really well. Instead of being a bow, crossbow, gun, it is thrown weapons. So you got your javelins and your thrown axes, and you can dish out a lot of damage with those thrown weapons, especially after you hit 10 and start specking into that that tree. They have one skill that whenever you tap it, you automatically hurl 3 axes at them. It's really fun, in my opinion. I do like that kind of not far back range, but like mid range. So you're pelting them with those arrows or the javelins, the throw axes, and then whenever they get close to you, you just smack them in the head with one big melee hit, and they're dead. That's kind of the play style I like to play with. So the barbarian fit into that really well, specking into the I can't remember the name of the class or the
Headhunting.
tree, but yeah, it is a lot of fun in my opinion. The support class, that's almost like a bard class. You're doing a bunch of buffs and debuffs, not really in the thick of things, not really being a melee, but you're not healing either. So it has its role in like a raid, but not so much as in a dungeon, or it's very slow in the PvE as well.
Like in Mana Storm stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Now here's one I don't know if either of us have played. Witch Doctor. I haven't touched the Witch Doctor at all. It is range caster and healer. I've seen several Witch Doctors, but they've never really stood out as like, oh my god, I need to try that class. So,
Um, I played it as the caster class. I really, really liked it. It starts off with the Shadow Bolt from the Warlock tree from Retail Route, and it also picks up a curse that does dot damage. So, to me, it felt very much as a caster class, almost like a dark priest or a dark cleric, mixing in those shadow abilities with um, some of the dots and the ranged stuff from that class. I did not play it as a healer though, so I'm not 100% sure how that would go.
I mean, you've played it more than I have. So, again, this is one I haven't touched. But when I do dungeons and stuff, if I see a Witch Doctor in there, they're usually at the bottom of the barrel as DPS. So, I just haven't been interested at it yet. Witch
It,
Hunt.
it it really does fall kind of like in with the Stormbringer, where it's not so much run and gun. It's I get to my point, I activate my skill. Okay, 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 okay. It launches, and then somebody else kills it before my projectile actually has a chance to get there. And actually, you did play a little bit of Witch Doctor before I got whenever they had the beta release where you could play the first 9 classes, and I was jumping in on that. That was one of them that we played as trolls, actually, and we were running around just cursing a bunch of stuff, and the
Oh,
scorpions almost killed you.
was that the Witch Doctor?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. See, that I don't remember. I mean, I'll take your word for it. I don't remember. I didn't think I'd played it at all. I know the Witch Hunter I have not played. You've been playing it. We're
I'm
level 30, I think, on the Witch
20,
Hunter.
29. I'm really close to 30, but um, I am playing the tank spec on it, and I'm absolutely loving it. It has self sustain, it has damage. We were running that dungeon the other day, and I was the second highest DPS, and I was the tank.
Yeah, yeah, I remember. That was that was insane. I remember because I was you were second highest. I was just slightly below you, and I think that was the one that Sun Cleric was in with us. That
I
was
think
just
so.
blowing us out the water. Now, granted, he was also like 20 levels ahead of us. So,
But yeah, in my opinion, it has everything that a tank needs. It's got some self heals, it's got the damage reduction, and it pumps out quite a bit of damage as well.
all right, all right. Knight of Zoroth, I think is how it's enunciated. I don't really know. I can tell you this: I didn't make it to level 10 because of how clunky this class feels. You get your first skill has a 3-second cooldown. So fighting quickly low level is impossible. Um, every once in a while, you'll get a nice crit and one shot something, but uh, it just it's for me. I I couldn't do it.
I had a lot of fun with it personally. I like how it meshed the fire along with the melee damage. Uh, the 3-second cooldown on your primary skill was a damper. It did slow you down a lot, especially early on when you don't have any other skills to complement it to finish off a target. But it hits so freaking hard. When we were playing together, I was running as the melee DPS. It was still early game, and you were the caster, or you might have been doing the ranger. I can't remember. I'd run up and I'd smack them, and they'd be dead before you even got your skill off. So it does hit really hard.
Yeah, that was when
Um,
I was doing the necromancer and you were doing the knight.
yeah,
It's where we were doing hardcore and we died on Hogger.
yeah, because I ran off not realizing what I was running into.
It's all good.
But yeah, I had a lot of fun with it. It hits really, really hard, but it does have those setbacks that kind of slow you down in your progress until you get those second and third skills to really complement the first one, so that whenever you do have that hard hit that doesn't quite eliminate your target, you have a follow-up to finish them off.
All right. Maybe that's when I gotta suck it up until at least level 10, maybe. Templar, haven't touched it. You?
Templar, I played it briefly, but uh, the class quest was bugged and we couldn't get it to acknowledge that I did what was necessary to complete it. So
Yeah, I
ended
remember
up
when we were playing the
dropping that pretty
Tarans.
quick. Yeah, I ended up dropping that pretty quick. And then moving on to the Ranger, I've not touched it, but I know you've played it some, so I'll step back and let you take the reins on that one.
So Ranger's actually pretty good. I've played both of the ranged abilities on it. Right now I'm on archery. You build up, or sorry, right now I'm on Far Strider. This one you have abilities that summon big birds that come out and fight for you. You use war horns to buff yourself and your party. It's kind of a support, quote unquote, support class. Um, but it can do some serious damage. I've also done the archery one where you have different attacks that can do different things based on your archery points and how many you build up before you use. Far Strider still uses the archery points, but it's more about getting off your AOE attack with Far Strider, and then using your other abilities to summon your Falcon. Excuse me, dang hiccups, Falcons. Um, it is definitely a running gun class. All of your abilities you don't need to stand to deal with. You can just keep running and shooting, and then wait for your focus to come back up, and then keep shooting. So it is 100% probably, in my opinion, when it comes to running and gunning, it is probably the best class so far. Again, we got it almost up to 30. We're at 29, almost 30 on that. So if you're looking for physical damage, range kind of thing, this is definitely it. If you want a class where you can summon any kind of pet during combat to do even more damage, this is 100% that class. Because once you go Far Strider and you can start summoning those birds, there's a point that I can put in here soon to where every time I crit, my bird goes on cooldown a little bit faster to where I can summon the bird even more. And then every 3 minutes, I can summon 6 warbirds for like 20 seconds or something like that. And they just go out and start doing a whole bunch of freaking damage. So the Ranger, in my opinion, is also one of those high A, low S tier kind of classes for me. Now that we've gone through all the classes, are we wanting to do the Sun Cleric, my guy?
We can do Sun Cleric. I did make a Draenei,
Draenei? All right, all right.
so if you want to do Draenei, I don't think Night Elves can be a Sun Cleric.
No, unfortunately not. The only ones that can do Sun Cleric on the Alliance side are Draenei, Gnome, Dwarf, Human. And unfortunately, Draenei, well, Night Elf and Draenei start in the same zone. Gnome and Dwarf start in the same zone. Humans are the only ones that got their own dang zone. But yeah, that's fine. We can do the Draenei. So let's see here. It's going to be a Sun Cleric caster. Let's go Gibbs, Sun Cast. Now, like I said, I've done this as a healer. I've not done this as a DPS. But I did just get me a new awesome armor set, and I think you'll be a little jelly about it. Yeah, skip process. Now we get to go through the whole rigmarole of setting up the character.
Fun times.
We've done this enough times now that it doesn't take me all that long.
I can see you already.
Yep, I'm right next to you. Filter, known, here, whoop. Deliver, open, move. Accept. Okay, that's all that. Then go heirlooms, scroll to the bottom, grab you. Because this is going to be a caster, so I get to grab all my caster stuff. What do you mean I can't use a staff? Oh no!
Yep, sword and board.
I don't have a shield.
Darn. Too bad I can't give you one.
Not allowed to wear. No, can't wear daggers either.
I think you can dual wield the one-handed weapons.
Not the blessed hammer. It's only main hand.
Oh, I've got the mass.
Oh, I can do a sword though. No, I can't. Even though it says like.
So I've got a different sword than you do, or one hand than you do.
I don't have the ability to dual wield.
Well, I thought you did.
Nope.
Well, that's crappy.
That's all good. I think eventually I can do a staff. Once I go caster, I think. Don't quote me on that. I could. It's whatever. I'll just level slightly slower than you. Alright, so here you go. You ready to see my new armor set that I got?
Yeah. Nice.
Alright. I'm ready when you are. Oh, wait, hold on. I gotta get out at least loot bot. There we go. Yeah, if I had remembered that this was a sword and board, I probably would have nixade that, but that's fine.
Hey, it's not too late.
No, it's fine. I want to test the caster on this. Like I said, I've done a healer, and I swear the healer was able to do a staff. I could be wrong. Worst case scenario, when game goes live, I'll get a shield. Miss?
How did you miss? It was right in front of you.
I know, right?
I do love the range on the Sun Cleric.
Oh, yeah. You can be a mile away from stuff. I don't like the fact they got rid of the old school, like, explosion noise from our main skill. It was like every third or fourth attack, you would do this big like kaboom sound. So, ooh, he's got a cool little mount.
Yeah, I saw him running around earlier. He's a Drenai as well.
Oh, there's a world lootable over here, by the way. Mossy bag. He's taking out all the Grell. I'm just gonna wait.
Yeah.
What is he? He's a... Oh, he's a level 2 Tinker. Here we go. I've got some Grellkins over here.
I got some boars over here for our other quest.
Oh, there's level 2. So, level 2, I get Dawn, which consumes all solar power to empower your next 5 abilities, allowing them to trigger their Dawn effects. Regenerate mana based on your intellect. So Sunflare actually does 20% more damage while we're using Dawn.
And we also pick up a passive that you might not have realized that allows us to generate 1 solar power every second.
I'm not generating. On my screen. Oh, I see it. I had the thing down too low. Alright, there's all 8 of those. It says I need 1 more Night Saber.
Same.
Look at that. Already almost level 3. Oh, I see a Night Saber right there.
Yep.
And... Boop. Such an epic piece of gear. There's level 3. Which means we also get our class quest now. This could be the first time you and I've had to do a class quest that's the exact same.
Right?
Alright, I'm running over here because I see a quest. Okay. That is one wicked cool mount, though.
I do like it.
Alright, and then I believe our class quest is actually inside the under part of the tree, not the upper part of the tree.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Ooh. It is... Nope, it's actually 1 floor above us. Not that way. Back out here. Up the ramp. God, they make the Reaper here look so awesome.
I know, but in other regions it looks just
Dorky. Like, the undead dude looks like he's wearing a fishbowl for a helmet. Hey, slow down your hooves. You're running faster than me.
I don't know how.
Nah, I just keep jumping when I shouldn't.
Oh, I was thinking maybe I had more agility than you, but that wouldn't make sense because you don't get agility from weapons.
Well, the daggers give you agility. Or if you're wearing a bow, it gives you agility. But it doesn't affect your run speed. That's not determined by stats. All right. So, quest I have is the Balance of Nature, the Lost Pendant, a Good Friend, and Webwood Venom.
Yep.
I'm coming over here to take on boars and kitty cats.
I'm right behind you.
I see a lot of kitty cats. Like, it's crazy to think how hard we're hitting right now. Our
Right?
pyromancers, when we were goofing off, would have struggled right here. And I'd say we have the same cast time as the pyromancer, but we're doing much more damage.
I don't know. I think our cast time might be a little bit faster, honestly.
Maybe. Ooh, I saw that one miss. Ooh, we went way in the wrong direction compared to each other.
Whoops.
I just need one more boar. You?
Uh, two.
Okay, yeah. You were out of range for the one I just took out. And I'm about to pick a fight with another one.
Got it.
Yep, you already leveled. Here's where you leave me in the dust, man. Our, the necklace is up over here on this moonwell, though.
Yeah. I can take off my wand. That should even it out.
Ah, it's not that big of a deal. It's up to you. I mean, the wand or the shield, if you're wanting to do that at all. All right, so we picked up. I picked it up, right? Hello? Oh no, that's not the lost pendant. That's a world lootable.
Oh yeah. It's over by the Grelkin, I believe. Yeah. Over where we were collecting the felt moss from the grill.
Yeah, we want to grab the venom sacks since we're over here. Or we're gonna wait to do those when we have to do the rest of the spider quests.
Nah, we can go ahead and knock him out now.
What is he? That's a level 5-star collar. Sorry, buddy, you're not getting that one. Gavel of Atonement. Strike an. Oh, that's melee. Gross. Downside to this quest is this is the first one that's RNG based.
I'm sure that probably ticked off that star collar.
Eh. He doesn't know that we're in a party. As far as he's concerned, you and I are also competing for
Spider kills.
spiders. Not that we shared them.
Well, I ran over there and I tagged both of those at the same time.
Yeah. I need 2 more venoms, by the way.
Same. But I saw the star collar run in there, so everything near the front of the cave is going to be already dead.
I'm glad his part of the quest is not timed.
Right.
All right. I can hear something making noise. Jeez. One more. Done.
Now let's go get our lost pendant.
I feel like we are more powerful at 4 with these Sun Clerics than we were at 7 with the Pyromancers we were doing.
More than we were at 10 at the Pyromancers.
Oh, man.
There is a world lootable over here on the land bridge.
Oh, yeah, the Lily. Next to the Necromancer quest.
Yep.
See, like, here's the thing. So I have an item in my vanities. Take off the heirlooms. It's called the, where is it? Like the travel permit is what it is called. And now that they activated a class quest at level 3, it's almost like if we wanted to play together and the class you wanted to play was on a different race than the class I wanted to play, we would have to level separately until at least level 3 to complete that quest, and then I could join you for the quests. But the problem with that is I'd also have more quests. Lost Pendant is over there.
Yeah, it was the wrong Grail camp. Over here where the world lootable was.
I see it. It's on a bench. There we go. That means all of our quests are now turn-inable. But, yeah. Which isn't, honestly, if you think about it, isn't that big of a deal. Because, you know, you get to level 3, you go do your quest, and then you just go, hey, I've already done this, this, and this quest. Or have that, you know, just have that person nuke some creatures until they're level 3 and do just their class quests so you can quest together, you know? Because
yeah.
I don't think it takes that many targets to unalive, so to speak, in order to get to level 3.
Yeah, not really. It's just, especially when you're trying to play with somebody, it does get a little annoying. But it's more of an annoyance than a hindrance, really.
Yeah. Level 5.
You missed your on-ramp.
Oh yeah, that's right. They're upstairs. I was just running towards the back. Because unfortunately, that's where the diamond says to go. And the diamond doesn't tell you it's up. Alright, so we got... Oh. That has a legendary border on it.
Oh my.
1 strength, 1 stamina, 1 intellect. The powerful pennant might come in handy someday. Try not to lose it. That tells me that they have ideas for more quests, I think.
Right.
To where you need to keep this.
And probably level up the bonuses it gives you too.
Yeah.
So instead of +1, it's, I don't know, +2, then 4, then...
Right. Where are we headed?
I forgot that we had to collect... I was headed to give dude his potion, but I forgot we had to collect the potion ingredients first.
Oh, yeah, we gotta get the lilies and ichor and all that. We each need to collect 7... This is the only types of quests that are annoying, are the collection ones, because we don't get the progress together, yeah. If it drops from a creature, we both get the drop, which is weird. But if it comes from the ground, do it yourself.
If it comes from the ground, it's a solo round.
Sure, if you just have to rhyme it.
Rhyming makes it official.
Ba ba ba. Get the. I was about to say get the tomatoes. Get the mushrooms. I'm about to go grab the lilies all around this pond. I'm not seeing a whole lot of mushrooms, which is kind of a problem. I'm at 4. Oh, sounds like you're killing some stuff back there.
Yeah, I killed a grill.
You're getting XP without me? That's just mean. I'm kidding.
Well, if it makes you feel better, I did take off my wand.
You didn't have to. I appreciate it, but you didn't have to. Alright. Because once we hit 10,
The main
it's...
reason I went after that grill is it had one of the yellow rings underneath it, which made me think it would drop something we needed. I think they drop mushrooms.
They can drop mushrooms. I just need one more mushroom, though. I'm over here next to the spiders. Trying to get my ichor.
And then we have to go into the cave to get the egg.
Yep, I got
the whirlpool that's in the cave as well.
Yeah. Well, before we go into the cave, do you want to go turn in the mushrooms, get the antidote, then go because the antidote's going to bring us all the way back out here anyway. So we might as well go turn it in, then run back, get the egg, and then come back. Because I think he sends us on a quest to kill one of the spiders inside the cave, doesn't he?
I don't think so.
I swear he does. Because
if I remember right, he sends us up to talk to the dude at the very top of the tree.
They may have gotten rid of the boss spider that was in the cave. Because I know at one point there was a quest.
Oh, I got the ichor.
There was...
What?
Yeah, to the one that I nuked. Yeah. But there was a point where there was a quest inside the cave to take down a big spider at the very back, where all the eggs are.
The matriarch.
Mm-hmm. You ever notice that any boss that we have to fight that's going to have a title like that, they're all matriarchs? I haven't seen a patriarch enemy.
I feel like I have, but it could be the Mandela effect kicking in.
You want to talk about something that you can go down a rabbit hole real fast on? Just go look up online. Just Google Mandela effect items, and you're gonna lose your mind about the stuff you thought you knew. It's insane.
That runs into like conspiracy theorists and stuff, because there was one lady who was convinced, absolutely convinced, that the Fruit of the Loom logo had the cornucopia behind all the fruit.
Yeah.
And they said, no, we don't have a cornucopia. We've never had a cornucopia, blah, blah, blah. She spent years searching thrift stores, yard sales, anywhere she could find old clothes, until she finally found Fruit of the Loom with the cornucopia behind the fruit.
Yep. Yeah, I saw that one. The one that really boggles the mind is there is a movie that everyone swears they've seen, and yet no one seems to have a copy of the movie. And it's called Shazam. And it's about a genie that's stuck in a radio.
Yeah, it stars Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah.
Everybody says it stars Sinbad, but it actually stars Shaquille O'Neal, and that's why it gets thrown off.
I just think that's hilarious because everybody's like, oh, that movie doesn't exist. You can IMDb that right now. It exists as a movie. But yeah, I find it to be that one's the one that when I heard I was like, wait a minute, I know I've seen that movie.
Yep.
That'd be like people trying to tell me that Monty Python and the Search for the Holy Grail doesn't exist. Hey, oh, because you leveled up. I was like, how do you have a giant ball of light?
But it's got a little bit of a cooldown on that one, so.
Yeah, by the time you can cast it again, I'll hit level 4 or 6 or whatever.
One of those.
I'll hit it. I'll hit a number. Your name is actually pretty appropriate.
Shadow Sun.
Yeah.
That's why I went with it, and then I transmogged my shield to have it looks like a sun on it.
Horasath Blast. Whee! That does a ton of damage, but yeah, 45-second cooldown is a little atrocious.
Oh, what I was gonna tell you a second ago, I actually got a new non-combat pet the other day when I was playing while you were at work.
What'd you get?
I got an arachnophobe's worst enemy.
Oh, you got that one. Yeah. I got that guy too. Hold on, because you get him out in the undead area.
Yeah.
Boop. Yeah. I got mine too. I want to get the transmog thingy so I can make any of my non-combat pets my loot bot.
Oh, that would be awesome.
It's actually a transmog for the loot bot. I'm definitely getting it when the server goes into the live. Because I'm going to have to get all my armors and buy non-account stuff again. I think. Or some of it anyway. The heck did it say I just tried to loot? Because I don't have it in my inventory. Alright, let's go grab this cloak. And then we can just hearth out of here, right?
Yeah.
Here, you want me to do the gate?
I've already started my stone.
Yeah, same. And... Bleep.
Bloop.
And we can get our writing. We get the giant elephants!
Yay! Alec.
I think that's just somebody being super lazy.
With the name, right?
With the name, yeah. I was like, oh, we don't want to call it an elephant. But it's an elephant. So... Oops, I forgot to accept the quest before I mounted up. So I got the achievement for mounting up before I got the quest completion. And now we have to go all the way to the tippy top. Level 6. See, I can remember being a mage coming out here to quest when I was on the Alliance for a while, back on retail. And this guy tells you to go to the Moon Glade to get a thing, right? To fill the vial. And so I would just get right here, cast Slow Fall, because you can still do it. I could jump to my death from here, because for whatever reason this corner is still glitched to where you can walk up the corner. You're not supposed to be able to do this. It's supposed to be an invisible wall. See? Oh, oh, you're done.
Nope.
You lived?
If you land on the rooftop, yeah.
I didn't.
Oh.
It's all good.
It's a shame he doesn't cast slow fall like he does in retail.
Yeah. Either you have a mage that does it or he does it, and you can just yeet right on off.
Oh, there's a Stormbringer electrocuting pigs and kitties out here.
I can see where you hit the ground because on my screen, you're just running in place. Or somebody was. Yeah, no, that was you. Ooh.
I think that's a Stormbringer.
Oh yeah, that's a Stormbringer.
Yep.
He just threw a big lightning bolt. I just watched him do it. Boom. Yeah, Stormbringer, I'm not going to say it's not a lot of fun, because it is. It's one of those classes where...
You have to pick between single target or
Yeah.
AoE.
And if you're a person like me, sometimes I get in this mode where I want to be very competitive about my DPS. I want to be the top, you know? And
Yeah.
I'll go through and do a lot of like, okay, what skills do I need? How do I do that? How does this skill do that? You know what I mean? And so like I'll do whatever I can in order to be the top DPS. And then when I'm not, I get mad, bro. I'm like, okay, what am I doing wrong? Does this class suck? Like, did it get nerfed? Like, what's up? So yeah, if you're going the pure lightning build, which is more for single target than it is AoE, at least at the level I am on mine, I sit there and I'm like, okay, I've got this, the tank's doing more damage to me. Like obviously I'm doing something wrong. What the heck? And so yeah, that's another reason why sometimes I look at my class and I'm like, what the heck is going on, man? Alright, he sends us off to the next village.
All that, and I only took 17 points of damage.
22. But that's because I jumped while on my mount. And then another 17.
Jump off right there. You see where the gold bar is coming out?
Alright, already.
Rooftop? Yeah, jump right there.
Where are you running off to?
I wasn't paying attention. Oh, I was looking at the other screen, and it's a few seconds behind you.
Oh.
The delay.
Yeah. Alright, where does Flyboy take me? Oh, he takes us all the way to Dolinar. No thanks. That bypasses literally... Oh, no, wait. Hold on. Oh, he does take us to the city. Oh, I'm just going to fly to the town.
Take me to Dolinar. I would love to have one of these flying mounts. These dark hippogriffs look so freaking cool.
I just wish we had flying available in this version of the game. Like, that's the thing I'm really hoping they do when this goes live. Is I hope they bring it into Burning Crusade at the same time. Like, yeah, that might cause a few bugs here or there, but come on. Both of your other live servers are now on Burning Crusade. Like, come on, give it to us. And make this in my home. Even though I didn't have that quest from the book for whatever reason. Okay. Getting close, though. Alright, I am going to keep that class necklace
Yeah.
just because I have a feeling it will become important at some point.
Foreshadowing.
Even if it's not until the game goes live. Like, it will be important.
I know I can't steal that from him, but I love. Oh my!
Oh, you're talking about,
I wasn't gonna say his name, but
oh,
yeah,
you could say his name, like...
George Takai.
Yeah, there you go, George Takei. I still think it's funny that that whole his oh my, I have a I love the story behind how that got started.
Yeah, you were telling me that the other day.
Yeah, he was on Howard Stern, and the act before him said some stuff, and he was out in the that part of the story. I'm not going to repeat because definitely not kid friendly. Um, But you know, he hears a thing, and out in the lobby waiting his turn, he's like, "Oh my," and starts to mumble about it. And the secretary or whatever that Howard Stern has outside with the next people heard him say it and messaged Howard about it. And so as soon as George got in to do his part of the interview, Howard starts talking to him about it. He's like, "What was all that?" And he's like, "Yeah, it was the most inappropriate." Oh my! So that just stuck, and so now that's like anytime you see him on anything, they want him to say it.
Yeah, whenever he did his little cameo bits on, because he did it on at least one episode. It might have been more, but he did little pop-ups for Big Bang Theory.
Uh huh. And he did it
And,
several
and
times. Yeah, yeah. It was like every episode he was in.
Kitty Stackoff was in that episode too.
I liked the one with for Star Wars instead of Star Trek. I liked it where they got Carrie Fisher. I think that was her name. Chick that played Princess Leia.
Yeah.
And the guy that ended up doing the voice for Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Him and Sheldon pulled a prank on Carrie by leaving Ding Dong ditching her house. And she yells out, "It's not funny anymore." And he's like, "Then why am I laughing?"
James Earl Jones, he will be missed.
I like where they meet him in the restaurant or whatever, and he's like, "Let me guess, you like Star Wars?" And they're like, "Mm-hmm." He's like, "You want to know a secret?" So do I. He seemed like a really, really interesting guy to know. You know, the world really did lose an amazing person. But also, look, the sound is back. I don't know.
That's cool.
I don't know if you can hear it, but I'm getting the kaboomy sounds back now.
I can hear it on yours, yeah. But mine is not doing it. Ah, dang it. It's freaking glitched for me.
Oh, the lightsaber.
Yeah.
Oof, this one's level 9. I don't know why there's one so high level.
Oh, I was playing earlier and had a level 10 silver elite show up. James Avery is another one that will greatly be missed.
I know the name, but you'll have to refresh me on what they've done.
He played Uncle Phil in the original Bel Air.
Yeah. Interesting factoid about Fresh Prince. Will Smith actually memorized the very first season because it was his first major TV show. he memorized everyone's lines, not just his. So if you actually go back and watch the first season of Prince of Bel Air, if he is seen on camera and someone else is talking, you can actually see him moving his lips to their words. Because
Which, kudos to him.
Yeah, I mean, that's impressive. Not only did you memorize your lines, but you memorized everyone's lines. All right, it looks like we need birdies.
Yep. And then we got to go back to that corner over there and get the Emerald Dreamcatcher.
Yeah, and rescue the guy that's in the same building.
Yeah. Which we don't get to rescue him because, spoiler alert, he's already dead.
True.
But no, there's one scene of the Fresh Prince of Bel Air that every time I see it just makes me freaking tear up.
Which episode is that?
It's the one where Will's dad comes back into the picture for one episode, and then towards the end of the episode, he's trying to get Phil to do his dirty work, but he basically just leaves him high and dry again.
Yep. I remember that episode.
But
because Will basically says, what do I need him for then?
There is not a thing he can teach me about loving my kids.
Yeah.
But the reason that was so real is because apparently Will Smith's father ran out on him when he was a kid. And so he was subconsciously channeling that emotion, that raw emotion, and putting it into the performance. And the original script had it to where Uncle Phil walked up to give him a hug to try and console him, and Will just shoves him or brushes him off and goes the opposite direction. But because of how real the feelings were, he took the embrace and they just left it in.
Yeah, see, I didn't know any of that. That's pretty good. And lootable. I kind of like the fact that they added these world loots.
Yeah.
It gives you a reason to go into a place and actually do some exploring. Try and figure out, what, because most of the time, and I think this is primarily why they did it, most of the time you come in and you go into a place and you're like, that's the quest, done. I don't need to worry about it anymore. Right? And now it's like, okay, I go into a place, I'm going to search every square inch of this place because there might be a thing that, if I wasn't wearing bind on account gear, I might go, there might be a thing that would be really good for my build. So let me go look and see what I get, Alright, what level are we? 7? Ugh.
Where is my freaking loot bot at?
Alright.
And then on the very first episode, towards the end of it, because, Will was playing his jokester character that they had him written out to be throughout the whole episode. And Uncle Phil had just given him this speech about impressions and where he's at versus where he came from, something to that effect. And Will has his back to the camera throughout the whole speech, and he's sitting on the bench right in front of the piano. And then as Phil goes to leave, Will turns around and starts playing a classical piece on the piano, and then James Avery, because it wasn't in the script, comes back in and just kind of stares at him because he didn't know he could do it, and the camera caught that as well, and they left it in
See,
for the same reason.
I knew that one about him playing the piano.
Because Phil didn't know Will could do it, but James didn't know that Will could do it.
No. I don't know. There's a lot of old shows like that that have really good stories like that. It's harder nowadays for you to hear any good stories come from the cast or crew for TV shows, because usually there's some form of drama between the actors.
Right.
So and so is making more money than me, and that's not fair. Kind of drama for the most part, but there's also I think the best relationship, and it's one of those kinds of relationships where you're kind of like hashtag goals kind of thing, and that's Supernatural. Jensen and Jared Ackles.
Right.
That is hands down. If you got to put a hashtag on that, that is hashtag friendship goals. Those dudes, even when they argue with each other because they get upset about something, it's not like, I'm going to, this is going to end our friendship. It's like, hey, man, I think what you did was kind of stupid, or I don't think it's right that this happened to you, and, yada, yada. But, like, for example, when, I think it was Jared, got to play in Walker, the revised Walker Texas Ranger.
Yeah, I've watched a couple episodes of it. It's pretty good. It's more of a drama and not as action
Yeah.
oriented, but it is pretty good.
But like when that one happened, they got into a heated argument about it because Jared wanted to get him on the show. He was like, I want him to be, such and such counterpart. And the director came out and was like, no, we can't do that. And he's like, well, why can't we do it? And he goes, because if we put him on the show, the only thing people are going to think is it's another Supernatural. Because that's what you guys have done for years and years, And Jared, argued till he was blue in the face. And he finally went to Jensen and was like, hey, man, I tried. I did everything I could. I tried. And Jared was like, Jensen was like, are you fucking stupid? Like, you have a job, man. Run with it. But one of these days, I'm 100%, and I think you should come with me. I'll pay for everything. But, I don't drink or anything, but I want to go to their bar out in, I think it's Austin.
I would love to go out there and see that.
Yeah. I'm not expecting to see them. Like, let me just make that clear. I'm not expecting to show up to this bar and see either of these guys. Like, not by a mile.
Right.
But I want to.
Considering Jensen does own it, and his family has a hand in actually running the place, maybe, but not expecting it.
Right. I just think it would be a neat experience, especially for you. Just, if it's there, I'm sure it is. I'm not 100% positive it's there, but I'm about 99% positive that or a replica of it is there, because the name of the company is Family Business, which they got from the Supernatural TV show. But yeah, it's one of those things. Like I told my dad I would love to go with him.
There's a world leader over here.
Yeah, I was trying to go up this one side to get the last seed that I need for the quest, and there we go, got it. Well, yeah, I tried to get tell my dad I wanted to go with him, but every time I've brought it up to him, it's never yeah, let's do that. What weekend do you want to do it, man? It's always, well, I've got this going on and that going on and this going on. It's like, never mind, dude. Uh, like I get it. He's got a life that he needs to take care of, but it's the same time. It's like me and him don't get to go do stuff together anymore, and it's like I know he would enjoy that because I know he's watched the show. He wasn't that big of a fan of the show, but dude also drinks, so
Right.
all right. I've got both quests.
Same.
And if I remember correctly, this one is the seeds we have to do separate, but
Yep.
the Timberlings, the stuff they drop is both of us can collect. All right, I've got these 2 seeds here, so next 2 are yours. Yeah, my loot bot's all goofed again. Well, got my first heal.
Yeah, so did I.
Not that I want
Imagine
to
that, we
heal.
got it at the same level.
Yeah. It'd been odd if we didn't.
Right?
You can grab that seed, I'll grab the next one. Ooh, I just hit for 104.
Nice. That makes 3 for me.
Yep, this is 3 for me. Oh, yours made the big shotgun sound.
Woohoo! I got a big boy blast now.
I don't understand why it's so wishy-washy. It used to do it every like 3rd or 4th cast. The first time I played. Oh. Did somebody come through here? What the heck?
Looks like it. Because there's no Timberlings or Sprouts.
Oh, it's a bunch of Kit Kats. Here we go. That should be your seed, right?
I think so. I'm at
'Cause
3.
Yeah, I'm at 4, so that one's yours. I'm about to give up on Lootbot. Alright, this puts me at 5.
I'm at 5.
6. Ooh, you threw the big ball at him. He did not like that.
I know, right?
Alright, I just need 2 more Timberling seeds.
Same. And 6 more Sprouts. Hey,
Yep.
there's a kid back here.
Might as well go check this out. I see more Timberlings back there. Ooh, I see one that's a different color. He's an elite.
Yep.
He has a name. He's going to die. One coming up beside you. Alright, I'm hurling my big ball at him first. Here. Big ball. 184 damage. Ooh, I'm getting hit hard. Ooh, lootable. Lootable.
It's a wand.
That's actually a dagger.
Oh.
Timberling dagger. 1 to agility, 1 to stamina. Increases your expertise rating by 1. Not bad, actually.
Huh? As far as I know.
Alright.
I'm at 7 sprouts.
Yep, this will make 8 for me right here.
Okay, so we're still in order.
Yep.
I skipped.
Nah, it's all good. So there's your 8. God, I can't wait to hit freaking 10.
I'm sure you're gonna get some badass DPS spell.
I'm hoping. Like I said, last time I played one of these, I did a healer, and that was OP. Ooh, what the? Yo, is that frog, like, glitching for you and just, like,
Yep.
infinitely flying out of the water?
Yep.
Oh, that was perfectly timed. I'm loving my crit already, though. I'm at 106 on most of my attacks now.
Nice.
That was 52. Oh, I didn't get my second one off. He died. I'm at 9. What are you at?
9.
Okay, grab that one. I'll grab the next one. So that puts us both at 10. Yeah, when my base average damage is 50-ish, 52, 53, something like that.
Nice.
All right, that's 11. So I need one more, and you need 2 more. What? You still needed one more cone?
Yeah, that was the last spell cone I needed.
Okay, I was like, Oh.
Ooh, crit for 94.
Then if I throw my big ball at something, that was a 200 right there.
Nice.
While I'm in Dawn. 63, 62.
48. But I'm not in Dawn either.
So that's your last one. I just need one more. Oh, you're good.
Bad, bro.
No, you're good. You're good. I just need one more. We're almost back to the guy, so it doesn't really matter. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 that I can pick from. There we go. Do not aggro onto me, you giant thing. Oh, did I tell you my idea for a guild for this game when it goes live?
Huh.
I know I was talking about it yesterday.
Yeah.
But I don't remember if I've fully explained it. So here's my idea, right? When this game goes live, I want to create a guild. You and me create a guild, and get whoever joins, right? But ideally, this is kind of what I want. I want to make it to where the quote-unquote officers of the guild are leaders of certain aspects for the guild, right? Because one of the big reasons I didn't like being in a guild back in retail WoW was because in order for you to do any of the quests, or to get any of the stuff done, now we gotta go way up north again. In order for you to be in a successful quote-unquote raiding guild. Oh, you're putting your portal out?
Yeah.
We just need to go way north, back up to Starbreeze. To do the Dream Eater thing, where we go down in the cave again. And we gotta return to the guy. The what you call it, dude? That's on the side of the road. Little demon guy.
Yeah. The
Um,
satyr.
yeah, the satyr. So my idea is obviously have a guild master, have a guild bank, have all that fun stuff, right? But I know that some people want to join guilds not to go raiding and do dungeons all the time and stuff like that, right? They want to get into a guild so that they have a community that they can talk to and chill and hang out with, right? That's so I want to get those people and be like, hey, look, you don't have to raid with us. You don't have to do any of that jazz, right? Why is this guy level 10? Everybody else around him is 5. This one guy is just higher level than everybody else. Makes no sense. Chains of Light. Um, so anywho, I I want to get it to where, we have here, I'm gonna go turn in the quest to the satyr first. Because the other one we have to go down in that cave, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Um, really what I want to do is that cave takes so long, I might want to just ignore it and go do the other quests first and try to get to 10 real quick.
Okay.
Because then we can start doing uh, like mana storms until we're 15 and then dungeons. You know what I mean? And then we don't have to worry about quests. But I want to get it to where, if you don't want to raid, that's fine, But maybe you're really into, like, doing professions, like, leatherworking or enchanting or fishing or, something of that nature, right? So maybe that's your role in the guild. You are the master leatherworker or the master fisher or the master cooker or whatever. And so you get a spot, in that little tier that we make, right? That's just the crafting, quote unquote, crafting side of the guild. And then, I assign one person to be the head of the crafters, right? And they will, yeah, so they'll be an officer in the guild. And then I have the person who runs all the raids for us. So, by the way, I'm thinking about just going and doing Twisted Hatred, get Meliana's head, and just go back that way. Because those quests don't take that long.
That's the cave that's behind, or over by the town. That one does take a while
Does it?
because it goes down and it
I
like
thought that was
figure
the
eight.
Dream Eater.
No,
Is the Dream Eater just go take out one dude? No, that's the.
you have to kill 7 guys and locate the necklace
All right, we can go do that one.
that one of them's holding.
Um, but yeah, so like, I just any aspect of the game that you can think of, I want to have people that enjoy that part be part of our guild. So I don't want to just be a raiding guild. I don't want to be just a Mana Storm guild or just a whatever, right? I want to have people join the guild that are interested in all those aspects or a specific aspect and want to join our guild so that our guild is a little bit of everything, where you get people that are like, oh, I love doing the auction house. It's like, great. Well, here's the thing. Let's say you make 100 gold on an item, pitch 10 gold to the guild bank, and you keep the 90 gold, and that way we can use the gold for like contests or things that we need for raiding or professions or whatever, right? So like that's kind of the idea, and I hate to say I took inspiration from anything for it, but I kind of did. Have you ever watched Log Horizon, the anime?
No.
So in the anime, it's about a video game. These people, it's sort of kind of isekai-esque type anime, but they get trapped inside the video game, and in it they end up taking over this one town essentially. And while they've taken it over, they're like, hey, we've got guilds that are all crafters, and we've got these guilds that are all raiders, and we've got those guilds over there that only deal with new players, and yada, 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 right? There's the Dream Eater. I took him down, but we won't get the item from him. We gotta wait for the respawn on it. Um, but yeah, so I I kind of took the inspiration from that TV show or that anime where they're sitting there talking about or like how every little guild had their unique role. And I'm like, well, instead of having multiple guilds that do that, why not have one guild that has enough players that can do that as a guild, right?
Right.
Because I think at the in the long run that actually would be better. Because my problem with guilds back when I was in a raiding guild was, oh, you want to be a DPS in the raiding guild? Well, here's what you got to do. You have to either level professions yourself or make enough money doing other stuff to where you can buy the things that you need that are on the auction house so that you can have the best in slot enchants and the best in slot leatherworking stuff that boosts your gear and the best gems and the best engineering stuff and you got to do the dungeons that give you the starter gear that can get you into the raids to get the better gear to get you into the bigger grades that give you the better gear. It was just like a full-time job, you know.
Yeah.
And I figure, if we can get it to where we have people that have, quote unquote, assigned roles. I don't want to say assigned, not really assigned roles, but things they want to do.
Specializations.
Yeah. Then I think it would be a lot easier and more fun for everybody if we do it that way, because then you could have the people that only care about crafting and making money on the auction house, instead of selling it for 1,000 gold to the auction house, they might go, hey, pass me, 100 gold or whatever it costs for the materials, and I'll just make it for you. Right? Or if you have the materials, just give me the materials, I'll make it for you, no big deal, right? And so, like, I feel like that would be better for a guild than going, hey, we're just a raiding guild, so you better be prepared to spend 8 hours pretty much every day to make sure you've got the best in slot everything, and your DPS numbers have to be there, or you're done. I know I want to do this as a job on YouTube, but not everybody wants to spend 8 hours grinding out what they have to just so they can raid 1 or 2 nights a week.
Honestly, I'm not even that into the raids. I'm more would we get new people in, help them level up, or if somebody wants to create an alternate tomb, help them bum rush up the levels.
Yeah. See, that's my thing. I like helping. I would love to just help level people up to max level, but at the same time, it's like I understand that there are also people that don't want to just level alts. They want to level their main character and be the best. They want other people to go, oh my god, what is that guy doing? Because I remember there were guilds back in retail where I forget what the website was, but you could look up people's characters and see what they were wearing, what enchants they had, what jewels they had on, all that, right? You couldn't see the rotation they were doing for DPS or tanking or healing or whatever, but you'd see what they were wearing. And it became this thing of like, if you want to be the best, you got to be that guy, So yeah, it's just, that's my idea, Ooh, there's a Venomancer tank.
Yep.
I like his little blue scorpion tail.
I know.
Okay, this thing really needs to freaking respawn. Because at this rate, we're going to be freaking 10 before he respawns. I'm already a fourth of the way in. Man, how much is these things selling for? 2 gold a pop. 5 gold for the copper vest. That pattern that just dropped?
Yeah.
That you won? That's selling on the auction for 5 gold. All right,
Nice.
there's that quest. All right, so you're saying Melina's Head is the really long dungeon, right?
Yeah.
All right, so then we want to do the Gnarlpine Ambushers and the Relics of Awakening. I guess.
Hold up 1 second. I'm gonna have my character follow you. I've gotta run to the restroom real quick.
Okie dokie.
Follow.
Alright, I know he's gonna go use the restroom, but as soon as we hit the road, I gotta turn this heater off because I am dying of heat. Alright, and go. Oop. Just run. Hold on. This road goes wiggity waggity all the. And I don't want to just run into a tree, so run that way. There used to be a quest out in Ashenville where you got transformed into one of those in retail. I don't know if it's still there though. Eh. Alright, this is the last one we need right here. Alright, so the next quest is called the Relics of Awakening. And it says it's this way, but below us?
That's south of us.
I'll go look, but I think it's going to be in that Ben Ethel Hollow that's up there.
I believe so. Those are the 4 things we have to pick up inside of it.
Yeah, it's whatever. This is why I don't like the Night Elf territories. Their quests are ridiculous long. Ooh, where are you headed? Ah, where are you going? It's up here. The entrance to the place is up here on the top of this hill. Our freeze machine just literally exploded.
Oh, nice. I think.
Well, we ran out of Baja Blast, so we plugged it up, and now we have the machine started beeping apparently at work, and when they went to go look to see why it was beeping at them, it says that the motor it has a motor failure. So now we're completely down on one flavor of juice. Nice strike, Shaman. But yeah, so it's nice to know that we're kind of on the same page when it comes to the guild, because you know I know that there's some people out there that are like, no, I just want to raid, and then there's other people that are like, nah, dude, I'm good with just sitting here fishing all day, you know. So I figure, you know, have a guild that caters to letting everyone do. Oh, this is the cave I wanted to avoid. This is, yeah, crap. I think one of the pieces is up over here across this little bridge, though. Yeah, it is. Alright, there's the first piece. And then there's the second piece. I can see it across the other bridge. I don't think I'm going to do the other guy's quest where you have to help the ghost escape or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to do that quest. Because he wants you to go take down a bunch of the gnarl pines or whatever these guys are called. And then you have to then find the ghost and then help the ghost escape. Like, I could care less about that nonsense. Alright, go. Let's see. Is it down and around this way? Or is it down and around this way? I don't remember which way it is to get to the other item. Because I am 1000% hurting out of here as soon as
we get all four.
We get all four pieces. What I'd give to be able to just go to Stormwind and just do the quests out that way.
We would have to be humans for that, right?
No. We're Alliance, so technically we can go from Darnassus to, I believe there's a portal in Darnassus. If there's not, then you go from Darnassus to, oh God, what is the... I think it's Darkshore, and then from Darkshore you basically just take a boat, and it takes you to Stormwind directly from Darkshore. Or there's a boat in Darnassus that will take you to, whatever the heck the stupid city is. Nope.
I meant to start off in that region.
Nope. Oh, to start off in that region? All you gotta do is have the travel permit. And then you can just say, I want to start in the human area. But sadly, you don't have one, and we're level 9 now, so we can't, even if we did. Green Paw! That guy's tamed, so guess what? Big attack! good. That's a nice little combo there.
Yep.
Using your Sunfire and then using the big ball.
We got one left.
Nice try. So far, it looks like for caster DPS is the second we have enough solar power to enter Dawn, you have to enter Dawn in order to get your bigger spells to do big damage.
194.
Yeah. It's up top. I believe you have to take the left path.
No, the right.
Or right, yeah. I just ran in and smacked him with my hammer. Oh, you can use it even outside of Dawn. Okay.
Yeah, you just have to have, I guess, enough rage.
I don't know. I think that builds rage. Oh no, it takes 15 rage and generates 1 solar power. It costs no rage and deals 30% increased damage when you're in Dawn.
You kidding me?
What?
It's glitched on me. It won't let me loot it.
Backslash reload. See if that fixes it. Because that will reset your whole screen.
Yeah, that worked.
All right. I'm summoning my portal. If you just want to run back here.
Yeah.
Get the heck out of Dodge. All right. I'm gonna hold on to those because we can sell them in the auction house in case we decide that we want to keep these characters. All right, so we got that turn in. We've got that turn in. And then we've got 2 more actual quests. But this is going to hit 10. Guarantee. Bam! Whew! All right. Piety. Piety?
Piety.
Piety. Use a combination of holy and fire magic to turn your enemies to ash. It requires plate mail. I've been wearing the wrong armor this entire time. I don't think I have plate mail.
I don't.
Let's find out. Vanity, heirlooms. Because this stuff is just standard mail. But it's strength based, not int based. So even if I wanted to, it wouldn't be any better. So I'll just keep wearing cloth for now. So that's one reason for me to...
Okay, so if you go the melee, the Valkyrie tree, you get access to 2-handed axes, maces, and swords in each hand.
Nice.
So you can dual wield 2-handed weapons.
Yeah, which is a plate strength. Bro, both ones get Valkyrie spear. That's hilarious. Both the Valkyrie and the Piety Both get Valkyrie Spear. The difference is I get Dawn Seer as well. Blast an enemy with burning light, dealing 105 fire damage, enduring 1 solar power and 15 rage. During Dawn, gain 25% increased critical strike chance. If you go Valkyrie, you also get Justice. Spin with Fiery Fervor and strike with both weapons, dealing 70 weapon damage plus 16 fire damage up to 5 enemies within 5 yards. Resets the cooldown of Glorious Execution. During Dawn, deals 50% increased damage.
Question is, should I go axe or sword?
I mean, whichever does more damage, honestly.
Yeah, because I can always transmog it to look like whatever the F I want.
So for mine, Sun Cleric Piety. After activating Dawn, your next Sun Flare grants Sunrise, or your next Dawn Seer grants Sunset. Entering Sunrise or Sunset prevents you from entering the other until you enter the next. In addition, Horos Blast now generates 100 rage.
Nice.
Leap of the Valkyrie. Valkyrie Spear now makes you leap to your target and reduces your movement speed by 80% for 2 seconds. And Trial of Hour increases the range of Valkyrie Spear ability by 5 yards and its damage against primary target by 25%. I like the idea of that. Alright, so I can put the heal down here because I don't need it. I can put that down there. Don't need it. That. What are you? Glorious Execution. Requires a melee weapon. I'm not melee, though. Shine. Heal an ally for... Okay. So I now have 2 heals. I don't need the melee. Okay. And then, just for giggles, give me 2 seconds here. Let me go put on Voodoo. And then we'll go do, we'll start at level 1 and do some Mana Storms. So we can both get some practice here.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, open up Voodoo, open up spells, move. Yeah, it works right there. Alright, and then I go spells. Okay. Where are you at?
I just turned in the stuff to Talon Kai Swiftroot at the top of the tree.
Oh, I don't know what I need to turn into him. Thought I already did all that.
Talon Kai's jewel.
I think I did that. Oh, no, I don't have that for whatever reason. I killed the guy, but never got the quest complete. Never got the quest for it.
Open up your inventory. You should have the.
Oh, that's right. This is the one that you have to. I remember that now. There we go. That's turned in. All right. So hold on. I wanted to test this on making sure I got this. That's shine. This is illumination. This is a longer heal, but it hits way harder. Just in case I need to throw heals while we're inside. All right, you ready?
I'm setting my abilities up.
All right, just let me know when you're ready, boss. Because I think we'll have time for, well, yeah, we can do probably 10 floors, and then we can call it a day and talk about how we feel on it. I'm going to keep playing this. I'm not saying that I want to quit playing this group. I'll keep playing these two with you. Depending on how well this pans out. Especially since I don't have the right armor class for this. I'm wearing all cloth, and I'm supposed to be wearing plate with intelligence, so I'm actually losing out on stats because I'm wearing the wrong armor.
Alright, I'm ready. I think. I hope.
Well, let's give it a shot. Like I said, I'm going to start at level 1. What?
Oh, it's got me as the... I invited you.
Oh.
Oh, yay. Murlocs.
Okay, that skill's kind of cool. I don't like the fact that it has a long freaking cooldown, though. So far, that's kind of the bummer with this class, is the amount of skills that we have are all cooldown. Ooh, Shadowfang Keep. Oh! Alright, that was kind of dope. Is that an AoE skill? I got you. There we go. That is a heck of a lot faster cast rate than I thought it was going to be.
Not too shabby for a melee DPS.
Well, anytime one of us gets below 80%, I can insta-cast my primary heal, and it's hitting for like 140 to 160 on it. Okay. It's making us go backwards to fight this guy? There's no one here. I think we were supposed to go the other way?
Maybe.
Because there's no boss here. Yo, face. No, I'm kidding. Cobalt Scalebane. What the crap? Oh, you were standing in an AoE. Oh, now I'm standing in one. I'm about to be level 11. Oh, great. Alright, remember on this one, we have to take out the lightning balls that he summons.
Yeah.
There's level 11. Ooh. What skills did I just get?
I got a new one too.
I got Dawnbringer. Bring dawn upon an enemy, dealing weapon damage plus 15 and applying purging flames to 10 nearby targets, dealing 16 fire damage every 1 second over 3 seconds. Or Spears of Light. Inflict 60 holy damage to 8 enemies within 8 yards of an enemy. Generates 10 rage and 2 solar power. Oh, great. The level up your spells quest is bugged for me again.
I got 30 seconds on my Horus's blasts.
Yeah, I'm not.
We're not at the boss yet. Never mind.
Yeah, no, we're a little ways away, but I'm holding off on it until we get there. I don't want to use it up and then be sitting there waiting. I don't like the fact that I'm trying to play a caster, and it is giving me.
The aggro.
No, it's giving me melee skills. Speaking of which, I need to put my point into that. There we go. Put my point into the level 11. Make sure you do your point real quick.
Yep. Spin with fiery fervor.
You're playing the tank, right?
No, the melee DPS, the Valkyrie.
Oh, I thought you were going tank with that thing.
I was going to, but it just sounded a lot more fun. The melee DPS did.
All good. Alright, so remember, as soon as he summons one of his little balls of lightning, we gotta take it down. Because it apparently buffs him. Dawnstar. Oh, you're already taking a mass amount of damage. And I'm about to die. I can't out-heal whatever's hitting me. Nope, I went down. Ouch. Oh, that was a bummer. Dawn makes that an instant cast. Dawn generates 25% increased critical strike chance. Okay. Well, Mr. Leader, we can queue for that again. We weren't doing bad. That was just a bad mix-up because we don't have the... Ooh, Kitty Cat Chick is here if you want to come turn this quest in real fast. Moon Priestess Amara. But yeah, you can queue us for another if you want. I'm confused. Is that your armor set doing that? Confused why he's got little balls above his head. But yeah, I think we could do one more. It's 11 o'clock, so I think we could do one more, and then if you want to goof off on something else for the rest of the night before we get off, I'm game for that.
Okay.
Unless you want to call it here, which I'm not opposed to. We've been going for 2.5 hours.
Lies.
Well, that's what I'm looking at on there and on YouTube. So,
All right.
because I think for me, I don't know about your armor class, but I think for me the reason why I was taking so much damage right there is I'm wearing cloth armor. I'm not even in the right armor class, so I'm actually losing out on stats for wearing cloth instead of plate.
See, I'm wearing mail, but not plate.
Is it giving you the right stat though? Strength?
Strength and stamina, yeah.
Yeah. See, like the best I could do would be strength, which means I'd have to go the melee. Hold on. Because like I need plate with int, so the only one I could really do is either the Valkyrie like you, or the Seraphim, the tank. Because I have mail armor with strength on it.
I've got the gavel. Yes. Mercy blast. Yes. Illumination is set to voodoo. Solar conquest. Yes. Sunflare. Yes. That's a passive. Chains of light. Yes. Dawnbringer. Yes. Seraphic bulwark. So that's my taunt. Alright.
Yeah, you're gonna try the tank.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. I spy.
Do you smell that? Smells like the foul spur of heaven. How competitive one of you needs a shower.
That's a lot of... Looks like poison.
Yeah.
Gather them up. Are you supposed to have a certain stance or something on, or? Because I pulled off you real easy.
My taunt is only single target, not AoE.
You should have an AoE skill, I think.
Nah,
I mean, I could be wrong, but...
because I've got Sun Flare, Chains of Light, Horsesooth Blast, Gavel of Atonement. Those are all single target hits.
So your gavel, as a tank, is supposed to hit... If I remember correctly, hold on.
Strike an enemy for 85% weapon damage plus 28 and generate 1 solar power. I've got Seraphim Stride, which is just a charge.
Righteous Slam. Slam up to 8 enemies within 12-yard cone with your shield dealing 43 Holy Flame damage modified by defense rating. During dawn has no cooldown. And then I swear I just read a thing that says that your dawn can hit, or your, avoiding attacks now generate 6 rage, and Gavel of Atonement now hits 2 additional nearby enemies.
Okay, the first one I do not have. Righteous Slam.
Yeah, that might be your level 11 skill. Maybe. I don't know.
I am level 11.
It's going to be on your right-hand bar, or your right-hand tree, somewhere. I can't see it because I'm not that class.
Yeah, I see it. I need 1 more point from my right side to get it.
So, level 12. Or 13, rather. But yeah, your gavel should be AoE. It's supposed to hit up to 2 extra targets now, anyway. Yeah, stay inside my circle of fire, please.
Holy Fire.
Basically, we just need to nuke the boss on this one.
Portal's ready.
Well, that went better than the dragon did.
You want to know how much damage I did in that fight?
No. Because it's going to make me look like crap.
No, because you're a tank. You're not supposed to do damage yet. Oh, we're back in here. Oh, crap. So, see the dude with the lightning fire fists?
Yeah.
They can drop these little orb thingies that do a crap ton of damage. The other guy throws a whirlwind that will suck you into the middle. Yep,
Like that.
like that. And then do damage to you.
I
Alright,
thought he was dead.
alright. There we go.
All right. 1 portal coming up.
Okay. Oh, this one's gonna be not fun. We'll have to do this slow. Here, let me pull so that. Oh, I was trying to avoid that part. That was the thing I was trying to avoid. Wait for the boss to come all the way up to us.
Yep.
If he does, anyway. Yep, here he comes.
As soon as he got close enough, I taunted him.
I think I'm lagging or something.
Now we're cooking.
Oh no. It does not want us to get past 10. Alright, well. We might as well dip out. We don't have the damage for this. I just got a new spell. What was it? Bless. Bless. Bless an ally with the light of the sun, restoring 10 mana every 5 seconds for 30 minutes. Does not help. Oh, I missed? What the f...
Some caster you are.
My big AoE spell, my Spears of Light, missed. I gotta be careful and try and pull Shield Boy, unless you think you can taunt just the dragon over here. Oh, that's why this is so rough on us. This is level 39.
Oh, that makes sense.
I'm like, what?
Should we dip?
Nah, we'll give it a good college try. We still get currency even if we don't win. We don't get Bellium or whatever it is, but we get the bolts, which can still be used to buy stuff. I want to know what the heck is hitting me. You're outside my range to heal. See, something's doing damage to me, and I don't know what it is.
I died.
Yeah, I died literally at the same time as you. Oh, I guess we didn't get any. Oh, yeah, we did. We got... I gained 1,700, almost 1,800 Bonzo bolts. And I gained 333 Marks of Ascension. And just to, like, give you a thing, I have 71,725 Bonzo bolts. I have 1,700 bullion, and I'm already at 2k Marks of Ascension. You want to fly here before we get off? Let's go look and see if there's anything we can buy with the current Bonzo bolts we have. So let's fly to Darnassus. The flight master over here should let us go to Darnassus. And we'll go find Millhouse Manastorm and see what we can buy. Oh, no! I have no idea where I just told him to fly me.
Take me to Aberdeen.
Oh, oh, wait. That might be okay. I think there's a portal at that, if I'm... No, that's Vesbristus. I don't know where Aberdeen is. If it's the flight point that's right down here, I believe there's a portal that will kick us back into Darnassus. So otherwise, where we are flying. Oh, yep, we're flying to Darkshore. At least that's where I'm flying to, apparently. Yeah, we can figure out the vendor later, because our currency's between all of our characters, not just one character.
Right.
So we can figure it out while we're off camera. So, all right, heroes. Well, I will catch you in the next one. I do stream every day for 2 hours. If you enjoyed the content, make sure that you subscribe and hit the bell notification so you can see when I do go live. I am off for the next 2 days, so I will be doing a lot of streaming for the next 2 days. So if this is kind of the content that you're looking for, where I goof around on a modded version of World of Warcraft, hit me up. If you want to play with me, I have no problem playing with people. Just shoot me a message, and we'll see. Or leave me a comment down below, and I will see it. Once this game goes live for CoA, or Conquest of Azeroth, we will be creating a guild for it. So if you're interested in joining our guild, we'd be more than happy to have you. Other than that, I will catch you guys later. Be loved, be blessed, be safe out there, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace out, guys.